Good evening. This is CTV News for Friday, the first day of June 2012. I'm Patricia Vallone.
And I'm Curtis Crutchfield. Glad you joined us tonight. Topping the news, a family and a community are mourning the loss of an 8-year-old girl tonight. Natalie Hernandez Cruz and 4 other children were playing in a driveway when a woman accidentally backed her SUV into the group, striking the kids. CTV's Sonia Srivastava has more from the scene in Lewisdale.
Well, it is certainly a tragedy here. Now, I am standing in the driveway where the mother was last night, and this is the garage that she backed into. Now, you can see how much of an impact it was. There are some bricks that were on the side of the garage, and they are completely shattered. They're on the ground. We can see glass, we see debris, and we can even see a blood mark on the garage door. Neighbors are still in shock over what happened. Carla Parleta's son played with 8-year-old Natalie and the other children who were injured.
It's bad. It's bad. You know, I had children. It's very, very bad.
You're feeling very sad today.
Yes. That's I think all the neighbors sad.
Police say around 9 p.m. last night, 33-year-old Marinabel Cruz Lopez was packing her stuff and getting ready to move out as the 5 children, who are between the ages of 1 and 11, played in the driveway.
She goes to step on what she thinks is the brake when in all actuality it's the gas pedal. She goes in reverse, she hits the children. The vehicle continues to accelerate rapidly in reverse, smashing into the garage. Officers
soon arrived at the home in the 2200 block of Hannon Street in Lewisdale and saw a child laying unconscious in the front driveway.
He rubbed on the child. The child kind of came to a little bit, was breathing, was responsive. As he looked up, he saw the second officer that was with him performing chest compressions on another child. The first officer went to assist the second officer with the CPR on the second child. As they were performing CPR on the second child, the people that were on the scene were clearing the debris from the garage and bringing children back into the lawn that were either by the vehicle or in the garage from the impact.
This man, who does not want to be identified, is also a tenant at the home. He tells us the mother was living in the basement with her 2 kids, the daughter and a son who turns 2 tomorrow. ¿Qué pasó ayer?
Yo estaba en el cuarto.
Last night he's hear the noise, the big pump, and they go running and help for the children.
Ironically, police were at the home and took a report just 20 minutes before the incident for a tenant-landlord dispute. The young mom was set to be evicted. The children's toys remain scattered throughout the yard along with the car seat. You can still see the tire marks.
I don't think that she did that intentionally. And to know that she killed her own child, that's a regret she'll always carry. And we can't judge her.
The oldest boy remains in serious condition. The rest of the children, a 6- and 7-year-old, are in stable condition. Cruz Lopez's son is also expected to be okay. Grief counselors were brought into the children's school today. Councilman Will Campos visited the house in hopes of helping the family. Many who live in this home say they will forever be touched by this tragedy. Muy triste.
Sí.
Sí. Sí. He not sleeping last night. They sleeping around 2 o'clock, and they say very early today that the police is coming.
Certainly a big tragedy here for this community. Now, most of the neighbors that I've talked to say they do plan to go to the hospital to go see the children as soon as they can. In Lewisdale, I'm Sonia Srivastava. Back to you in the studio.
Police say they do not plan to file charges against the mother who was driving that SUV.
A man convicted of shooting a 1-year-old boy outside of a Glen Arden apartment complex last August learns his fate today. A judge sentenced 19-year-old Devin Matos to 25 years in prison. Shanika Johnson was standing outside of her building around 9 p.m. on August 22, 2011, when she heard gunshots. As she ran away from the scene, she realized her son DeAndre had been shot in the face. DeAndre, who is now 2 years old, continues to suffer from multiple health issues. Today, his grandmother spoke to the media after the sentencing.
It was kind of hard, because it's affecting both families. That's one thing we do realize. And this is just the end of the beginning for us. Because, like I said, he's not through yet, We're glad that he's strong and he's fighting through all of this. But he will have more surgeries to come, and Monday is the beginning again. So we just hope as he grow he'll be able to understand and get through this, because he's going to have to explain this to people. They're going to ask questions. He has a scar on his mouth here, and he has the, trach in his throat, so he's got to get his throat reconstructed. He's going to have to get surgery on his bottom mouth, which he's never going to grow adult teeth. So it's a lot that's, that affects him from the situation, but with love and support from the family, he'll be okay.
We believe that this was, of course, an absolutely unnecessary tragedy that resulted in severe and permanent injuries to this 2-year-old child who will undergo surgery again this upcoming Monday as a result of this incident.
And DeAndre also has a twin sister who was present at the time of the shooting but was not injured. Well, we're learning more tonight about the Prince George's policeman who died at his Fort Washington home Thursday morning. Authorities say 29-year-old Robert Wiggins Jr. was off duty when he died of an apparent medical emergency. Wiggins reportedly called 911 because he was having trouble breathing before he collapsed and died. An emergency medical crew did respond to the home but could not revive him. Officer Wiggins spent 4 years on the force and worked out of the District 2 Bowie station. An official cause of death is not yet known.
A tornado warning has been issued for parts of northern Montgomery and Howard counties in anticipation of some severe storms heading toward the region, and a tornado watch has been issued for much of the remaining D.C. area, including Prince George's. Some storms are expected to be quite severe and may include large hail and damaging winds. The heavy rain is expected to come in 2 rounds, one this afternoon and another in the early evening. The storms are expected to taper off by about 1 a.m. with continued showers throughout the night. You're watching CTV News. I'm Curtis Crutchfield.
And I'm Patricia Vallone.